If you want to be able to attract your desires with ease, with flow, you want things to just come to you, have good blessings, this video is for you. Hey guys, it's Bella. Welcome back to my channel. I'm super excited for today's video. This was a requested topic by one of you beautiful girls, and I'm very excited to get into it. We are talking all about how to relax into your feminine energy, how to live life from your feminine energy, and I'm going to give you 5 major tips today that have truly changed my life. Connecting to and awakening my own feminine energy truly has changed my life. I'm so passionate about this topic and helping women reignite their own feminine energy, awaken the beauty and the magnetism that is already inside of you. It is truly just about removing the blocks, doing the inner work, and being able to connect. So we are going to dive right into 5 major tips to help you relax into your feminine energy. The thing about feminine energy is that it cannot thrive, it cannot glow if it does not feel safe. So we have to be able to create safety in our body, to be able to allow ourselves to feel safe enough to be in our feminine. And what is our feminine energy? So we all have feminine and masculine energies within us. These are energies, these are not about gender. But as women, we tend to feel better when we are in our feminine energy. And the feminine is all about flow, trust, surrender, receptivity. It is the receiving force. It is the beingness. The masculine is the doing. So when we're overly in our masculine, that can lead to hustling, burnout, feeling depleted. Because as women, we are not meant to overly exert our energy in the masculine energy. Yes, of course, we need our masculine energy. We need it because they're both energies and it's part of what makes us whole. And without the masculine energy, our feminine energy could not thrive. But truly, it's really important to ask yourself, do I feel I've been overly in my masculine? Do I feel I always have to work so hard and hustle and struggle? Do I feel depleted? If so, that is a sign that maybe you've been really overly in your masculine. So if that is you, these tips today are going to be especially important for you to really absorb, really soak in, because living life through the feminine is literally like a breath of fresh air. It is so enriching. It's all about sensuality and just really being present and here for life. And oh, let me tell you, that feels so good. The very first tip is about creating trust. Number 1, create trust in your body. How do you create trust in your body? You learn to teach your body that you are safe. Specifically, learning to teach your nervous system that you are safe. When we do not feel safe, we are always in fight or flight. Fight, flight, or freeze. Constantly living in a state of stress or hustling, overly exerting energy. All of that is so depleting, and all of that teaches our body that we are not safe. We have a nervous system that is very sensitive. The way that society has adapted, we now no longer have to worry about running away from tigers. When we used to have to run away from tigers, what would happen is our nervous system would be activated and sent into fight or flight, and in that moment, we would have to fight. We would have to run. So in that running away, our body would naturally shut down things it didn't need in that moment, such as our reproductive system, right? We're not going to be giving birth when we're trying to run away from a tiger. It would also shut down our digestive system. Our nervous system is amazing. It truly is amazing. Now, though, we're not running away from tigers, but our body doesn't know the difference. So let's say you drop a pen and you start to freak out. You send your body into this state of stress. Well, your body doesn't know the difference between it just being a pen dropping and you running away from a tiger. So living in chronic stress and even having so many moments of just sending your body into high cortisol, into high levels of stress, that is disconnecting you from your feminine energy because your body doesn't feel safe. When your nervous system is so in an energy of frantic and chaoticness, stress, it's really, really hard to feel safe. So how do you start to soothe your nervous system? You work with the breath. There's truly so many ways to heal your nervous system and to start to really get to know this part of yourself, but that is truly what it's all about. It's about being able to find what works for you. So one of the best ways is through breathing. It's through centering yourself and getting grounded. And we're human, okay? We're not perfect beings. We're gonna have times when we stress and we have things come up. Like, that is just normal. It's not about never stressing. It's about cultivating the right tools and practices to be able to center yourself. So breathing for me is a really big one, and just really grounding myself, feeling my feet on the ground and taking deep, long, expansive breaths. This is so powerful and important because it grounds us into the present moment, into the here and now, which, as you'll see in another tip, is very important for feminine energy to be able to be present. So when we can use our breath as a tool to help us feel better, we will inevitably help soothe our nervous system. Because breath work, any type of somatic healing, somatic movement, any of that is really, really powerful for our body because it is a direct way we can work with our nervous system. Doing meditation and breathwork practices are obviously so good for you. But today, what I want to really offer you is the practice of recentering yourself when you get stressed. Because like I just said, it's not that we're never going to be stressed. It's not that we should even strive to never be stressed, because never is such like a this or that black and white type of thing. It's about cultivating the practice of being able to catch yourself and recenter. So let's say you have your pen drop and you're suddenly all stressed about it. Now you start to take some deep breaths, feel your feet on the ground, ground, really center, really breathe. That is going to help you shift out of that stressful, high cortisol state quicker. Because when we don't recenter ourselves and we stay in that stressed energy, we carry that with us into everything we're doing, and then we're just in stress all day long, and that is not what we want. I honestly don't think it's enough to just sit down and meditate for 10 minutes in the morning, because what happens when life throws a curveball at you? What happens when something doesn't go in the way you expect? How are you able to support yourself in that moment? That is really the key to being able to work with your body, work with your nervous system, stay in your feminine energy. It's to be able to practice centering, grounding, and breathing throughout the whole day, because all of that helps create safety within your body. Number 2, which goes so hand in hand with what I was just saying, is releasing stress. And I know we hear this all the time, like, don't stress, release stress. But it's truly said and talked about so much for a reason. What I want to share today about why this is so important for feminine energy is because stress gets stored as tension in the body. And we all store stress in different areas. But one of the biggest ways that a lot of us store stress is through our shoulders. If we always feel that we're really tense, like we just want a massage so badly. I know people who are just so sore in their shoulders, and they just hold so much stress there. And it really highlighted to me again how much our body literally stores tension. It's the same thing in a way of storing trauma. Our body stores trauma in the body, which is why somatic healing, any sort of body movement exercise, is really powerful for being able to move that energy. Breathing is a very powerful way, of course, we just talked about that, to help with your stress. And even looking at your day-to-day life, what is causing you so much stress? It's really important to be able to just lay it out. So many times we're so stressed, we're kind of addicted to it. Are you addicted to stress? Do you feel you have to be stressed? Those are really powerful questions, deep inner work questions to ask yourself, because we are not meant to be stressed, and that is not what the universe wants for us either. It's very interesting. You'll be surprised how many people are addicted to stress. They are addicted to suffering because they believe that they have to struggle. They believe they have to be stressed. So it's really important and powerful to be able to just look at your life, look at the things you're doing, and ask yourself, do I feel stressed about this? Do I have to feel stressed about this? And is there any way that I can start to release this stress? How do we release this stress? Go to your mindset, go to your beliefs. What are you telling yourself about that thing? Doing the inner work and looking at your core beliefs around whatever it is that you're giving so much of your power to in any area of your life, okay? Not just in stress, like any time you feel you're giving so much of your power to something, what are your core beliefs about it? Start to rewrite those. Before we move on, I do want to just say, if you are really feeling called to diving deep into feminine energy, awakening your feminine energy, and really doing the inner work to heal, to connect to yourself, connect to your beauty, connect to your magnetism, call in your desires, I now have spots open for my one-on-one coaching. So to learn more about this, please email me at hello@bellak.com. I truly would love to support you. It is such an honor of mine to be able to support women and help them transform and go through this really beautiful experience. Okay, this next one here is one that has truly been such deep inner work for me. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, this has been a big one, okay? But it's so important for our feminine energy to be able to flow. So the third tip right here is to break out of rigidity and these rigid structures. There's so many different wellness trends and different routines and all this stuff, right? There's so much information out there, but so many of it I find is so rigid, right? Like the 5 a.m. morning routine, trying to get every single thing done, like you're just checking off to-do lists before 5 a.m. or before 9 a.m. or whatever. And it's really easy to have a morning routine or have any sort of routine that starts off as something very supportive to you. You really enjoy it, it really helps you ground yourself and connect, and then slowly it becomes a very routine type of thing that you feel you have to do, and if you don't do it in the exact way of the routine, then you're not going to have a good day, then you're not going to feel good. Does that resonate with you? Does that light something up? If so, I really, 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 really encourage you to look at that, dive deep into what you're telling yourself about these structures. Where are you being rigid? Where are you not allowing yourself to flow? For me, it was really in the morning routine. I love my morning routine, but what I really realized was, oh my gosh, there's so much rigidity around it. Like, I feel that I have to do it in this way or I'm not gonna have a good day, / I feel like I can't even flow. And over time, this really built up. And as I connected to my feminine energy, I really realized, like, oh my gosh, this actually is holding me back. And not only holding me back, this is making me feel off, because Rigidity and flow cannot coexist together because they're opposites of each other. We can't be so rigid and want to flow. And me, I was like, well, I want to flow. I want to be fully in my feminine energy of just being able to be flexible and flowing. So I had to do so much deep inner work on releasing the rigidity. The thing about the rigidity is that usually there are a lot of beliefs tied to it that are so false. So much limitations, so many limiting beliefs. But you have to bring the unconscious to the conscious. You have to look at those beliefs and ask yourself what you're telling yourself about that rigidity. Why do you feel you have to do it in that way? It's uncomfortable. Trust me, it's uncomfortable looking at our shadows, looking at things that we don't often look at. But in order to really heal and up level, move to this next level version of ourselves, we have to look at it. So get to your core beliefs and start to really bring that to your awareness. Number 4 is softening into the present moment. The feminine, she is all about presence within herself. So much so that she's able to create presence when she's speaking with others. And that is such a magnetic quality. And to be able to really create presence with others, it's all about being able to drop into the present moment. This is just building off of everything I just shared, because being present is really about being grounded in your body, being centered. When we're so up in the mind chatter, it's really hard to be here right now. If we're worried about the past or the future, again, it's really hard to be here right now. And all the beauty, all the potential, all the aliveness, all of that exists now, in the present moment. What's really sad is that when we're not present, we miss out on life. We miss out on potential and just so much beauty that lives here now, especially when it comes to manifestation and trying to call something in and align to this next level version. If we're so focused on what we don't have, on what's not here now, that is so in a lack energy. And anything we create from a lack energy is just going to create more of it. This is a major tip for manifesting that I don't really feel is talked about enough. Being present with what is here now, even if it's not what you want, but still being able to be present, to be grateful, and to soak in the experience of what is here now. The 5th tip for today, which ties into being present, is all about speaking more from your feelings and from your body and less from the mind. Starting to move more from I think, into I feel. How do you feel? Truly, your body and how you feel is the biggest indicator of whether something is in alignment with you. And one of my biggest tips in terms of connecting more to yourself and to your intuition, to your feminine energy, which is all about how connected you are to yourself, is living through your feelings. How does something feel? How does something feel is something I want you to start asking yourself in each and every moment, because this helps you not only ground yourself, center yourself, get in touch with your nervous system, it helps you cultivate presence. Presence is all about feeling. How do you feel? What lights you up? When you start to really tune in to what feels good to you, you build a closer relationship with yourself, and life starts to become a lot different when you are connected to yourself. Being able to relax into your feminine energy truly is about learning your body. It's about being able to connect to yourself and take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Feminine energy is all about being connected to yourself. So you can start to practice this now by learning what you like, learning what lights you up, learning what doesn't, and just focusing more on how you feel and what is resonating with you, what is lighting you up. That was all for today's video. I really hope this helped you and inspired you, definitely be sure to stay tuned for so much more feminine energy content. I love talking about this. Like I said, nothing has changed my life more truly than awakening my feminine energy, connecting to it, embodying it, and now getting to help other women awaken their own. It truly lights me up so much. Make sure to subscribe, like this video. It truly means so much to me. I appreciate your guys' love and support so much more than you know. One-on-one coaching, please email me at hello@bellak.com. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Have a beautiful day and relax into your feminine, girl. Mwah.